and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kaylee and I have been documenting my journey through art, building a business, living a little bit slower, and my journey as a human. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through everything I've been up to in the month of April from the 1st to the 30th and how much I made running my small business. So this month has been a little bit slower than previous months, but I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. So in terms of designing new products this month, I designed 2 new sticker sheets, 1 new sticker pack and 2 stickers, which is probably the least amount of new products that I've designed in 1 month ever. But I'm still really proud of that. I'm really proud because any products designed and anything new added to the shop is progression, and that's growth, and I'm really happy with that. I did take part in my first Comic-Con, which was an amazing experience. The Comic-Con was in Newcastle and it was with a company called Creed Conventions. I've never done a Comic-Con before. This was also my first in-person event as Kaylee Helen running this business. And so it was a little bit scary. I definitely had a lot of anxiety. I was very worried. I didn't really know what to expect, but I did it and I'm so happy that I did because I'm really proud of myself. I did really well. The table for the event cost £60, which at first I thought was a huge chunk of money, but it was an investment, and because it was my first one, I was kind of expecting to lose a little bit of money. Putting it down to experience, I expected it would be more of a learning experience than like a beneficial like money one. I've never been to a Comic-Con, I've never sold in person for a really long time, and so I really didn't know what to expect. So I kind of went in blind in a way, but it went really well. The day was amazing and I actually ended up making £125 at this convention. So when you take away the cost, which was the £60 for the table, I was left with 65, which I think is amazing. I definitely could have made more. There was a few hiccups that happened where I'd forgotten to put some things out on the table. People were asking for certain things and I was like, yeah, I do have that. It should be out, and it wasn't. So next time I will definitely be a little bit more organized. I think knowing what's out and what's left over. The other issue that I had was that things sold out really quickly and I didn't take extra stock. I had some boxes under the table, 2 of those were empty and the third one was stock that I had forgotten to put out. So next time I'm going to make sure everything's out, and that maybe I have a little back stock that are tucked away in case things do sell out, because right at the beginning, the first wave of people came in, I sold out of 1 particular sticker pack. I sold out of the individual stickers that did go into that sticker pack as well. All of the Epic the Musical items that I had there for sale, all the Greek mythology themed things that I had taken, they all sold out really quickly. My husband actually did drive home because luckily we were local. He did drive home and printed some more for me, and as soon as they were on the table they were gone. And so I will definitely be making more of those items. I will also make sure that there is a lot of them with me, and I will also make sure that I have a wider range of things within that niche. Greek mythology and things like that. I didn't expect it to be so popular at one event, but it was, and I'm really happy about that. At Comic-Con as well, I met so many lovely people. I did actually get recognised by 2 people at the Comic-Con, and one of them actually left their YouTube handle, so I will put that on the screen now and say, hi, thank you so much for coming along. It was crazy. So I consider my YouTube channel to be tiny in comparison to the other YouTube channels that are out there. I consider mine to be super small. I have less than 250 subscribers, and yeah, I sort of tell myself as well, and I sort of assume that like a lot of the subscribers that I have are from all over the world, like maybe the US, things like that. And I kind of forget that people could be local, and it was just so lovely. This was the first experience that this has ever happened to me. It was crazy. I felt like a little bit teary. I kind of wanted to cry. I didn't, but yeah, it was amazing. I also had so many lovely conversations with people who just wanted to come over and compliment my artwork. Quite a lot of people bought things and then stuck around just to hang out and talk, which was so lovely. Another thing that was really lovely was my friend Claire, who I went to university with, came and surprised me by visiting the stall while she was at Comic-Con, and I had no idea. So that was really lovely, and we stood and we talked for a little while. She bought some things, which was so sweet, and yeah, it was just a lovely experience. I was really fortunate that my husband was there for moral support, to calm me down at the beginning while we were setting up. I was very anxious, and I was really fortunate that he was there. I would consider myself more of an introvert at first. I can be quite extroverted, but it just depends on the people that I'm with and the energy that kind of bounces between. So I was really anxious about the Comic-Con before it started, but I honestly, at the end, I can say I had the best time and I can't wait to do it again, which then leads on to my next point, in that as soon as I was finished that, it inspired me to look for more events in person. I just loved the conversation, I loved the connectivity that I had with people, but then also it was really successful for the business. And so I went straight online and I was looking for more. I already had a Comic-Con booked for July, and so keeping that one in mind, I booked 8 more in-person events. 5 of those are Comic-Cons and 3 of those are not Comic-Cons, but I think the items that I create fit into the niches of those events. Although the Comic-Con was amazing, I definitely needed rest afterwards. I had been working so hard to get everything ready up until that point, so then afterwards it kind of felt like, okay, breathe. And I decided to take a little bit of time off, and I did. I needed time to rest my body, I needed time to rest my mind, to rest my creativity. I think I had possibly been on the brink of a burnout before Comic-Con, which obviously going forward wouldn't need to happen because I already have those items now, and then all I'm doing now is adding on to those. But I definitely felt like I went a little bit too hard and I needed this time to rest. So this leads me on to the next thing. I started a garden project. Our back garden has been looking very sad, and I decided it was time to give it a little bit of a makeover. It was an opportunity for me to go a little bit slower, for me to use my creativity elsewhere, and to enjoy nature, which I absolutely adore. I have been documenting this journey and this transformation of the garden, but I haven't decided whether I'm going to be posting this on this channel or whether I'm going to be posting it elsewhere. But I will let you know when I make up a decision. You might even see the video posted, who knows. So going back to what I said earlier about Comic-Con, how I almost burnt out beforehand, I was giving myself a little bit of grace this month to take it a little bit slower. So I did start the garden project, and I didn't put extra pressure on myself where it wasn't needed. Like, I am in charge of the business, I run the business, and I can make the decisions. And so I decided that this month I'm going to go a little bit slower, and I'm only going to work when I want to. And that is a privilege that I have, in terms of my husband has a full-time job and I'm not having to chase money within my business, because I know that all the priority bills are taken care of, and whatever I make, I'm very fortunate enough, is extra. So here's the bit that you've probably been waiting for. You want to see how much I've been making. So I've already told you about Comic-Con. I made that £65. So my Etsy store is actually my main stream of income, and this is where I'm listing all my items. This is where I'm getting my sales from, and this is my biggest contributor. So my Etsy shop has been doing really well since I started in January. It has been building up and I am happy with it. So I'm just going to give you some stats. I've got my laptop here. I'm going to give you some stats from Etsy. In the month of April, my shop had 206 item favorites. I only have, I think, about 75 listings on Etsy. I had 4 new shop followers in the month of April. 21 cities were reached with my product, which is incredible. Because in-person sales, I wouldn't reach that many cities. I think online sales is amazing. And then there were 57 abandoned baskets, which sounds huge, but if you think about it, that's people are putting my items in their basket and they just haven't checked out. And that doesn't mean they're not going to check out, they might come back. So in the month of April, from the 1st till the 30th, I had 20 orders on my Etsy shop and made a total of £254. So in total, in the month of April, I made £65 from Comic-Con, £254 from Etsy, and I also made £25 on eBay selling some sticker sheets and some sticker packs. So in total, my revenue for April is £344. So I am super proud that I was able to make any money this month, considering how slow I've been going for most of it. And so I wasn't sort of expecting this. Actually, when I added this up to do this video, I was kind of like, whoa, that's pretty cool. That's pretty decent. That's like that's £344 that I didn't have before. So this £344 doesn't include like things like postage or fees from Etsy or eBay, things like that. It's all revenue. So £344 is what I'm taking away, and that's what I'm able to spend probably on the garden. But yeah, I think it's important to share these kinds of things because slow beginnings are still beginnings, and I'm so proud and I'm so grateful that I've had this opportunity, that I can do this. So whatever stage you're at, whether you're already running a business, whether you're thinking about starting a business, or you've ran one for years, quiet months can happen, and it's just about keeping going and having that belief in your business. And I know that it's said so often, but you've just got to remember your why. Why are you doing this? Why did you start the business in the first place? If you're running a business and you've made it to the end, let me know how your business is going in the comments below, and if you have any tips or any goals going forward. So if you've enjoyed the content in this video, you might like some of my other videos where I share my journey, or I'm documenting my journey with starting a business and working from home. That's all I have for this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!